Hello, this is Eddie Marcus again. I want to take the time out to tell you what I want. I want peace and prosperity and joy for all human beings on earth. I claim this for all human beings on earth. And the reason that I claim it is because this is what I want. And the reason I think I got the right and the liberty of peace within what I say and love within what I say is because what I am saying. And this is what I'm saying. I know that everything, all things belong to a power outside of ourselves. I know that we are created. And so all that we are is that of the Creator. And because of this reality, I see all things as being created. And when I see it as that, I see a hunger within myself, a harmony for this thing to work in such a way that it's beautiful. And the way that I see that happening is if we are not at odds with others, at least not in a way that brings discontent. And if it is, it's in the kind of way that builds not just for one or some, but for all, and all understand that we grow. And in growing, we represent creation. And what I see in all that exists, which includes those things that are coming amongst us as people, to survive, to exist, food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care, and careers of choice. All of these things so essential in prosperity in life. And so, since it's coming amongst us and all things are given for us to do with as we choose, and I understand that this is what I want, and I claim it for you. And I have the authority to do so because it is the essence of peace. It is the essence of prosperity. It is the essence of joy that we so seek. And yet, I want you to understand that I understand that we all across the world, in 7 continents and all nations, we have accepted a way of life that is seemingly totally contradictory to what I have just described to you and prescribed for you. I do this because I have in me a desire to see every last one of you, every human being on earth, to be grateful that they are alive. And at such peace that at that moment when they must make room for someone else, they are gracious. I want to see every human being on earth glad to be alive. I have the support of the power that is unseen. That's who I'm speaking for. I am to remind you that all things belong to another power, unseen. It doesn't belong to a king. It doesn't belong to a queen. It doesn't belong to a pope. It doesn't belong to an organization. It doesn't belong to a race of people or a nation of people. Oil belongs to the earth. Electricity belongs to the universe. God, the Creator, belongs to all things, and all things that exist have a part of God in them, and therein lies the life. And I call on that God in each of you to put behind you the systems of government. Because if you cannot put it behind you, it means you support the poverty that exists in every land. I know you haven't been told this and you haven't thought of this, but I want you to think of it because it's true. You are totally responsible for the crime and the violence that is a result of poverty. You are totally committed, whether you know it or not, to that drastic move of those who seek to suck the lifeblood out of anything that exists. Does so because you want to conform to the rules and regulations set forth to that. And it is not your fault, as it is not their fault. Everybody's innocent because they like truth. And so I don't come to condemn any of you or anyone. But I come to tell you that your authority to exist is over in the form that it is. In light of truth, in light of the reality, in light of the fact that every human being on earth can have a home of their choosing, in light of the fact that every human being can have that home decorated as they choose, every human being on earth can have a sufficient mode of transportation to see them in and out of their daily lives. Every human being on earth can have access to unlimited, unrestricted education to prepare them to be whatever it is that they choose to be, and they truly have the choice because the avenue is open with doors flying open for new ideas, so that human race as a nation can grow. For you, every last one of you, health care from the womb to the tomb. And every sickness that you might have, or somebody, doctor, medical profession think that you might have, they will be going unlimited to try to make sure that there's a cure for everything. A cure. Because now the whole point of healthcare is to cure. No profit or anything except to cure. Why? Because you and I, must not be sick. We must not be caught under that clutch. We must be liberated by having the health profession prepared, giving them the opportunity to do what they came into the world to do, and that's to keep our health up. Every last one of you are wondering how in the world could this happen, because I'm talking about, in order for it to happen really and truthfully and honestly and fairly, is that there can't be any money involved. There can't be nothing called profit involved. There can't be nothing, some man or woman or people or group or organization gaining something above somebody else, trying to set themselves above that. That is not happening in paradise. In paradise, the hope, the move is that everybody feels like they're on top. And what are they living on? What is the foundation that holds them up so high? It is their compassion for one another. It is their respect to the powers that cannot be seen. It is that power that they're riding on. It is that power that is holding them up high, beyond the shoulders. Because they are real. They know the truth, and they're acting out the truth. These people know that in order to meet these needs, to every food, clothing, shelter, housing, healthcare, transportation, you name it, everything. Basically, everything that exists today except the good side. Only the good side. Why? Not because the bad side is disallowed. It's because we, the people, have determined that it has no place here. Why? Because we love what we do. And ain't nobody throwing nothing at you. It's because now everybody is content with themselves. And being content with themselves, they don't have to be jealous of you. And not being jealous of you, they can be friendly toward you. And being friendly toward you, they can embrace one another and become one. And not just us here in the United States of America, but those who are in South America, those who are in Europe, those who are in Africa, people everywhere. Stop the fighting, stop the civil wars, fighting for just what I'm speaking to you about today, dying for what I'm speaking to you about today, killing for what I'm speaking to you about today. And all we have to do in order to achieve this is put the guns down and realize that we can't claim anything. Yes, we set up a system that said you could. We set up a system that said you can do this and that. Well, we were just putting that up in the interim until truth became apparent. And I stand before you today, ladies and gentlemen, through this medium, to let you know that truth has arrived. Now is the time for change all over the world. for us as a people everywhere to feel proud. And we are one because we got the same parent, and that parent is God. Bye-bye.